Good morning, how are you today? I'm so excited to share with you my employee gratis, which is also going to be kind of a Valentine's Day haul for Valentine's 2025. I almost said 2024, but Valentine's Day at Bath & Body Works is around the corner, and I know there have been some whisperings and excitement and buzz around a new collaboration, which I'm going to be sharing with you towards the end of this video. But if you are brand new to my channel, then welcome. My name is Melissa, and I've been working at Bath & Body Works for a little bit over 7 years now. So if you are interested in all things Bath & Body Works and fragrance, make sure you subscribe to my channel down below using that big red subscribe button so you don't miss any of my future videos. Also, if you're kind of new to the whole Bath & Body Works thing, pretty much what happens is about once a month or at every new theme floor set, the employees at Bath & Body Works receive a gratis, which is pretty much an employee incentive or gift from the company that helps us learn our product knowledge of all of the newness that is coming out. So that way we are able to better sell those products. So that is what I'm sharing with you today, besides some of those Valentine's Day goodies, is my gratis haul. So let's get started. For being free stuff, I got a pretty full bag here of goodies, so I'm really excited. I know that at the beginning of the year, the first floor set of Spring 1, they always do quite a generous gratis, because this is a time in which they often will reprice, rebrand, and reformulate. So there's a lot of newness going on, especially at the beginning of the year. This is also a time in which we clean up our roster and make decisions on which employees from our seasonal batch to keep or to let go. And so I know that this gratis is also keeping into account that we are going to be onboarding new people or deciding to keep people who maybe have only the Christmas pocket backs on their aprons and stuff like that. So we're kind of catching them up to date as well, which that factor actually brings me to my first two gratis items. I got a pocket back holder, and I chose this kind of see-through white glittery one. And then we brought out a new line of spring fragrances for our moisturizing pocket back hand sanitizers. Most of the fragrances for these moisturizing pocket backs are florals or fruity florals, but I chose strawberry kiwi just because I'm not a huge floral fan on my own skin, but I do love the strawberry kiwi scent. It does come back usually every spring. I'm going to give you a close-up of what this formula looks like just because it is quite different than the normal pocket backs, so it squeezes out almost like lotion. As you can see, it's considerably thicker and creamier because it is supposed to be more moisturizing. So it is a nice thing to have a moisturizing hand sanitizer if you are someone who washes or sanitizes their hands very frequently, which I know I do since I work in retail. That smells really good. It's such a fun and fruity fragrance. It kind of has a little bit of a Kool-Aid-y vibe, but I smell very strong notes of the kiwi, actually even over the strawberry. It's a little bit more tart and citrusy, kind of like a kiwi. And on that note, we have this new collection for spring, which I think is called something like Sync Favorites. I'm kind of thinking this is a rebrand of their core collection, not the White Barn color run that we normally have in store, but we have this kind of core collection, and we have been kind of weeding through and discontinuing some of those fragrances, but all of the fragrances that they've brought out in this particular packaging are what I consider to be core scents. So things like Japanese cherry blossom, kitchen lemon, and then of course we've got the strawberry kiwi like I had in my hand sanitizer. I just got it to match my hand soap here. So the notes listed are strawberry, sweet apple, and tart kiwi. Next free item up, we've got some new additions to our lip care collections. So this is actually a tinted lip oil. So it's nice because it's nourishing like a lip oil, but it still has some color to it. This isn't that important, but I really love the way that the squeezy tube feels. It has like a velvety, soft touch to it, which is really nice. But on there it says Daily Essentials Lip Oil with Mineral SPF. So this does have a little bit of sunscreen SPF in it. Let's see, it is SPF 40, so that's pretty good, honestly, for a Bath & Body Works lip care. I feel like normally they kind of stick around to the 30-35 range, so that's nice. So they have 3 colors to choose from. They had one that was more of a bright red, they had one that was a nude, and this one is Dusty Rose, which is what I consider to be something kind of in between the two, and I'm trying to squeeze a little out. You can kind of see some of that there of what that looks like. It's a little bit pinky, a little bit red, but not too vibrant. I like my lips to be like a slightly darker version of my natural color, and I find that most nudes tend to have like, I just put foundation on kind of look, and so that's why I like this Dusty Rose color, is because it's a little bit pink, a little bit red, but not too much of either one. All right, you're probably well familiar with the Everyday Luxuries collection that we just had in stores starting in kind of early fall, late summer, all the way into this winter. And for a semi-annual sale, all of those fragrances were discontinued except for 3 of the fragrances, which are going to be saved for Valentine's Day theme. We've got Covered in Roses, Oh Cherry, and Viva Vanilla. So that kind of makes sense as some Valentine's Day scents, vanilla, cherry, and rose. So in addition to those 3 fragrances, we are now releasing a new line of everyday luxury. These are fragrances inspired by all of your favorite higher end perfumes, but they are reformulated for Bath & Body Works to be at a Bath & Body Works everyday kind of price. I was not a huge fan of the first Everyday Luxuries collection just because of my own usage. I'm not really into concentrated perfumes. I tend to like more childish things when it comes to fragrance, and I'll admit it, I'm not that mature about scent. I love it when things smell like cotton candy or pears or just really simplistic fragrances, things that remind me of my childhood and body splashes from the past. So introducing all of these fragrances that have a lot more musks and spicy notes and just really curated blends is a little bit out of my reach of understanding and enjoyment. So when I heard that we were doing another Everyday Luxuries collection, I wasn't too thrilled. Now I admit, I think I like the fragrances of these ones a little bit better than the first one, although they still are fragrances I probably will not wear myself. That being said though, I am really excited about this Everyday Luxuries collection to come out because not only do we have it in the mists, like last time it was only exclusive in the mist. This time we are going to have it in moisturizers and body washes and also some little EDP stick perfumes as well. So it's a little bit more of a wide range of forms. I think this was a good move on Bath & Body Works' part just because they're known for their layering and the fact that you can get your favorite fragrance in all of the different forms of your hygiene routine. So I think that's really a win for us to be able to have all of these fragrances available as a complete hygiene routine. So for our Gratis, we were allowed to select one of the mists of the new Everyday Luxuries, and I'll show you the one that I grabbed. I decided that I think the one I like best is Guilty as Fig, which is supposedly and allegedly supposed to be inspired by a Jo Malone perfume called Fig and Lotus, I believe. So what I read about the Jo Malone perfume is that it's supposed to be kind of earthy and grassy, but also lactonic and creamy. And to be honest, that's pretty much describing what I think of as fig smelling like. I do love the color. It's reflecting the springy vibes. So there is the Guilty as Fig. This one is described as having notes of fig nectar, lush jasmine, and creamy musk. So I smelt it briefly in store, but let's smell it on a blotter card. By the way, look at what I got for Christmas. I got a whole bag of blotter cards, which is really handy. I needed those. I'm not sure I like it, even still out of all of them. Like, it's nice. Like, if somebody walked by me smelling like this, I'd be like, oh, you smell really good. But I'm just thinking of it in the context of me wearing it, and I'm just like, mm-mm. And none of them were Melissa scents. This was the closest one. So what I do like about this is that it is a little bit sweet, a little bit fruity, and a little bit aquatic, actually. I wouldn't say it's straight up aquatic. It has like a fresh vibrance to it that makes it quite appealing, but I get that lactonic kind of milky scent to it. What I'm not liking is that it almost has a slight metallic scent as it's drying down. Like when I had sprayed this in store, I capped it, took it home, and a day went by and I opened it. I kind of smelt it just to see what it would smell like after time went by. And I was like, it's kind of giving quarters a little bit. Once again, I'm being really picky, so if you think that this is a harsh review, like, just take what I'm saying with a grain of salt, and if you like this, I think that's totally valid. It's just not for me. But what is for me is this year's lineup for the Valentine's Day collection. I'm so excited. So I am a gourmand and fruity person, and this collection appeals to both of those categories. So if you're like me, you're gonna like these next ones coming up. Also, you may have noticed I'm dressed for the occasion because I've got my little heart necklace. You can't see it really, but I have my heart hair clip on, and that is because our little secret collab is with Sweethearts Candy, the little conversation hearts. So I'm very excited because not only do we have a fragrance that's brand new coming out for this collab, but there's also lots of fun accessories, which I think today is actually the debut in stores. So head over to stores after you watch this video to see they've got socks and sponges and little clips for your pocket back holders. I go over here because I wear it on my apron, but I guess if you put it on your purse, that doesn't make sense. But either way, they have the little pocket back holders of the conversation hearts. So it's lots of fun and very festive for the theme. So let's get sniffing these Valentine's Day scents. So the first fragrance that you will be seeing in this Valentine's Day collection is Strawberry Pound Cake. I didn't grab any of it today. I am pretty well stocked on Strawberry Pound Cake. It's not to say I won't get some later, but for now I didn't get any. As a part of my Gratis, I actually got the other fragrance sets for Valentine's Day this year, and that is the Sweetheart Cherry. This is its second year coming back. It seems seem to be very popular and do really well, so I'm glad to see that it's made a return for Valentine's Day. So for our Gratis, we were allowed to receive one moisturizer of our choice. It could be body lotion or body cream of strawberry pound cake, the Sweetheart Cherry, which is what I chose. There was also an option for an aromatherapy, which is the Inspire Love that they've had in the past, which is rose and vanilla. So I went with the Sweetheart Cherry, as you can see here I'm holding up. How fun is the packaging? I really love the theme of having kind of the repeated patterns scattered. And then I also really love the color scheming. What I don't love is that it kind of looks like AI generated images, but we'll forgive it just because it's cute otherwise. So this has notes of wild cherry, crushed pistachio, and whipped vanilla. And it's smelling just like last year, except in the body cream, I feel like it's almost a little bit more cherry heavy, but I could just be imagining it just because I haven't smelled this in a long time. So not for the spring Gratis, but for a different Gratis. So during the holiday season, the company sent a little incentive rewards box for employees who have good performance. So since back from Black Friday, we've been handing out these little reward cards, and I received a couple of these. And what I actually did is I stashed them in my apron pocket. They were like these little scratch cards, and both of my scratch cards that I received were actually for the same thing, and it was a mini trio body care travel size set. So it's intended to be like a little travel size shower gel, lotion, and spray. So my boss let me actually pick out any 3 minis I wanted, just because we have a lot of hit and miss where we'll have spray and lotion but not the shower gel, or shower gel and cream but not the spray, and so it was hard to kind of make it a cohesive set. So I actually just stashed these little tickets away in my pocket and saved them because I saw they expired on January 25th. So I have one still in my apron pocket, and I used one now for some of these newer goodies just because at the time I had received them, I had everything I already wanted, and so I saved it for the newness. So just like in the body cream, I got Sweetheart Cherry in the travel size fine fragrance mist and the little hand cream. And so let me spray this on a card so I can describe it to you a little bit. This is very sweet and gourmand of a cherry. I actually have done a review of this fragrance more in depth, and I compared it to Black Cherry Merlot, which is kind of what I think of as like my default most recognizable cherry scent from Bath & Body Works. I'll leave a card up above if you want to watch a more in-depth review and comparison of those two fragrances, but just to keep it brief, this is a sweet, creamy, vanilla, nutty version of a cherry scent. It smells kind of like a cherry cheesecake a little bit, just because it's sweet and gentle, very creamy, but the cherry just kind of sneaks in there. It is cherry forward, but not in that aggressive fruity Kool-Aid way like the Black Cherry Merlot is. All right, and then the moment I've been waiting for anyways, it's time to talk about the collaboration with the Sweethearts Conversation Hearts. So for that little ticket I won, I did the 2 Sweetheart Cherry scents in the travel sizes, and then my third choice was this little hand cream of the new Sweethearts Forever Sweet. Look at how cute and fun that packaging is. Perfect for Valentine's Day and February. And here we go. I've got it in the fine fragrance mist. So this was our last item for Gratis. Actually, that's not true. There's one more Gratis that I have not redeemed yet, and it is part of, I believe it's a men's collection, and the reason I didn't redeem it yet is because my store hasn't received all of the fragrance options, and I want to be able to smell them all before I choose. So there is one more Gratis to come, but maybe I'll show you that later once I get it. But either way, back to the Sweethearts collab. So we've got a new fragrance called Forever Sweet, and the reason I am so excited about this fragrance, besides the fact that I like it and I love the packaging concept, is because it is a grape scent, and we have not had an artificial grape fragrance in so long. So long that I think it's been since the early 2000s that I've seen this candy-like grape fragrance make an appearance at Bath & Body Works, besides the hand soap. So we did have cotton candy grape in the hand soap for semi-annual sale this time, and then last time as well. Here's last time's cotton candy grape, and I brought it out just in case I want to compare it. So this has notes of juicy grapes, fluffy cotton candy, and sugared citrus, while the new collaboration fragrance has a different set of notes, and it is a different fragrance. So this is candied grape, sweet berry, and powdered sugar. Now, when it said sweet berry, I was a little bit nervous just because I feel like oftentimes berry is a placeholder for a generic fruity scent at Bath & Body Works. It's happened a lot in like their hand creams and stuff where it's just like berry. It doesn't really describe if it's blueberry or strawberry or raspberry or anything. It's just like the generic berry scent. On the plus side, thankfully, I don't get generic berry from this. It really is a grape-forward fragrance. 10 out of 10 for packaging. I love the way that they had some of the items purple, some of them pink, with the red lids. And there they are, those recognizable little candy hearts that Sweethearts make. So what I ended up doing is I actually redeemed these with some rewards I had saved up in my app. I knew they were coming, and and so I saved it for this so that way I could have the full trio right off the bat. So I got the mist for Gratis, and then the body lotion and the shower gel with my little free item rewards in my app. Oh, it smells identical, 100%, 10 out of 10, exactly the same as these little powdery candy hearts. I smell it and I'm instantly transported to sitting in my chunky desk with my glitter glued shoebox and dumping the shoebox out and seeing all of the little Valentine's Day cards and candies. It smells exactly like those little boxes of candies. I say well done Bath & Body Works with this collaboration. I could not be more excited and pleased with the way it smells. So I'm gonna spray it on a card now. First hit is a very juicy saturated grape scent, which is quite surprising because when it does dry down, you get that kind of chalky, powdery, powdered sugar scent to it that candy has as well. But I am getting stronger, fruity, juicy notes from the mist, while in the lotion, it was more of the powdery sugar, which is really fun. Here's a closer look of that shower gel, and I find that at Bath & Body Works, the shower gels tend to have stronger fruity notes. Yeah, and I think that's to be said about this shower gel too. I'll have to try it in the shower and see if that's true, but I'm surprisingly getting more juicy, fruity grape from these two forms, the shower gel and spray, while the lotion really makes apparent that chalkiness that is iconic with those candy hearts. Okay, so I just gave this hand soap a whiff. This is the cotton candy grape that a lot of people were wondering if they are the same fragrance. I'm coming out to say they are different fragrances. This is a little bit fruitier than the Sweethearts, but not only is it fruitier, but the cotton candy has kind of a more, I don't know, it has cotton candy while the other one doesn't. And you would think that the cotton candy would be the same as like that, what did they call it? Powdered sugar note, but it's really not. This one is way more creamy and powdery and has a little bit of that chalky bite to it like the candies, while this one is a little bit more bubblegum cotton candy like. So all of these goodies should have hit stores by now, so you'll have to run to your Bath & Body Works and give some new fragrances a smell all of those new everyday luxuries. Make sure you smell the Sweethearts and all of those new Valentine's Day fragrances, and let me know down in the comments below which fragrance do you plan on using for Valentine's Day this year. Let me know down below and I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching. Bye.